Welcome back to the Farming Sims channel. I'm on Griffin, Indiana, and this is episode 27. RYC recently updated the Revolution truck along with the 120,000 litre trailer. It's now 300,000 litres for the Unreal instead of 250,000. And with the new colour scheme pattern options, I've recolored the truck along with the tanker, and I've done those updates. Overnight, I purchased field 5 and 2, and I planted barley on them. My intention is to buy 3 and 4 as soon as I can. Field 17 last night was harvested overnight and replanted with canola. The worker on the field went across into 16 and started planting canola over the top of the soy. Now I did go back and replant the soy, but it's one growth stage behind. I was happy to see one of the other farmers have planted potatoes in field 23, so I'll make sure I look after that field so that I can do the harvesting contract there for some extra potatoes for the pigs. While I'm on the topic of pigs, I did buy an extra 56 pigs overnight to take the total from last episode. I had 112 pigs, and that went up to 168 pigs. We will see that the 168 pigs overnight has become 189, and so they're already reproducing now, one every hour, and the feed has not been increased since episode 25 when I built the pig farm. So I had 8,000 corn in there from the initial pig food purchase, and that's now just dropped down under 4,000. That'll probably last most of today. And the point I was making in episode 25 was that with that 8,000 corn that I put in there to start with, the 100 pigs would last quite a while. In fact, it's now 189 pigs, and I haven't actually topped up the feed yet. I did this morning a contract on field 9, which I also discussed that I would do. It was a corn contract. It was huge. I did the harvest contract on field 9, which I recorded and released as a time lapse for episode 26. It's the first time I've ever done a harvest with 3 harvesters, and it was really challenging actually, but I enjoyed it. It was a heap of fun. I got it done in about a bit over an hour. Typically that field in the past has taken me multiple hours to do. But with that harvest, it got smashed first thing this morning at dawn. So when I was looking at field 23 for potential potatoes for the pigs, I did just notice that field 10, it doesn't have any crop in it, but it has a sowing contract for potatoes for $146,000. Now, I really don't want to pass that up. I can do with the cash because after purchasing another corn header for the harvest this morning and the extra 2 fields, I basically used up all of my savings. Also put the extra 56 pigs in the main pen And I also put 56 pigs into the second pen, and I bought a little bit of pig food after I put some extra potatoes, the canola and the barley, which I already had in my silo. Field 17 gave me 120,000 litres of canola, and the cornfield this morning gave me 130,000 litres of corn. Okay, so let me jump to the shop where I've sent all three of my tractors down this morning after the harvest, and they're ready to get to work. I'm going to need to spend a little bit of money on this. I don't mind spending $20,000, I say, to get this potato planting done as quickly as possible. So what I'll start with is I'll start with accepting the contract, and that'll give me their equipment. So I'm going to use their equipment, and then I need to buy some items. So first of all, I'll just quickly grab some potatoes to use as seed. So that's in here. A bulk pallet of potatoes. That's 1. That's 2. And 3. 2 should fill up each of the planters. So I'm going to lease an extra planter. And then I'm going to grab an extra couple of pallets. The reason I'm splitting them up like this is it makes it easier to load them. And grab another 2 pallets there. Now will it let me lease another one? Yep, it's there. And I think the shop is starting to get fairly full, the store area. So let's see if it'll give me one more pig food. Not sure. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. We'll start with the big guy. And I'll tell him to start filling. And I'll do the same with the farmer's equipment. Not sure whether it'll let me fill multiple at the same time. You know, if you've heard a rooster in the background, that's my own rooster. He's actually sitting outside my window at the moment. And yeah, he's been a little bit noisy, so I apologise if you can hear the rooster or the dogs barking. My son just got home. Okay, so 2 pallets should fill these up, I think, which is why I separated them by a couple. And that's almost full. We'll start this second pallet up. Because this potato harvest, it leaves a little bit behind, does it? Okay. Because this potato harvest is worth so much, 150,000 basically, I've just spent 5,000 on leasing the seeders. So that's 10,000. Let's say I buy about 10 pallets. That's 9,000 on the seed. These have to unfold, so I might as well fold them now. And this is 10, just here. Okay, this one's ready to go. 8,200 litres on board. Now, if I did just use the farmer's equipment, I could make the 150,000, but it would take like 3 hours, maybe more. Seriously, maybe more. So my objective here is to get it done in maybe a bit over an hour instead of over 3. So, you know, it's a little after, it's coming up to 10 o'clock. Should have unfolded that earlier, because he's going to be on me in a minute. It should be good though. Okay, let's get this one started. Come on your way. Okay, nice timing. Okay, so we'll get a headland done. Make their turning a little bit easier. This will be our third planter onto the field. I think it cost me 2,000 or 3,000 to borrow the equipment, which is a no-brainer for this job. If I leased it myself, it would cost me more than that. And if I can keep it down to, you know, if I go into the second hour, that's not so bad. The second hour is only going to cost me a few extra $1,000. Okay, they're all going nicely. Okay, so I've used this auger earlier on in the game. I know everybody likes the auger master, and I do too. What are we using here? Let's get a color scheme here. Design color. No, don't purchase. Design color. There we go, that'll do. And we will lease that for 1,400. So I use this to auger lime. There are only a few augers in the game that actually let you do lime. The reason why I'm not using the auger master is that it's just too big for this job. I really don't need it. But this auger is I didn't actually. If you haven't seen it used before, it's a AgroLiner trailer, which is basically the same as the base game AgroLiner trailer, but it's got the auger pipe on the back. It's been out forever, and it can do pretty much everything. Let's check on our 3 planters. He's doing fine. Actually, the one I want is the 8960, because as you can see down the end there, the I think it's a Valtra. it turns right down the bottom there, and I'm going to get this guy to turn left and do the weird section that's down there, which is why I left this line. And now he can turn left, because there's a small section to the left hand side of the field there. I'll actually switch across to, here we go, and we'll look at growth, and that'll let me know where I'm up to from the map's perspective. Now this is a huge field, and you wouldn't want to do this field with one tractor and it running at 7 miles an hour. That's just crazy. So I mean, I could have that running in the background while, say, I was doing my own harvest or something like that. But the going backwards and forwards and refilling the one planter, you know, 7 times, that's a real pain. You'll tend to forget about it, and it's much better for me just to get this job out of the way and just smash it out and pick up the $150,000 for it. I mean, yeah, I've spent 20, maybe. This was a couple of thousand, and the 2 planters was 10, so not even 20. I probably spent about $15,000. I'm using the little vent for this because it's probably the weakest horsepower out of my 3 tractors. The 4840 has a little over 200, and the 8960 has a lot more than that, 370. So I'll just park him here. The trick here is to pipe out. Now you can adjust. Now that is fully piped out now, but you can adjust the pipe out so that it's more or less, and it will pipe out even with the trailer flat. It will also move the pipe itself up and down. So I can move it back to its original position, but it's still actually piping out. And so that there is pipe closed, and then when I pipe out again, you can see that it does the whole. But I can manually move the trailer back and the pipe back, which is that way. So it only has a very low pipe, so it's no good for piping out into higher trailers. Let's turn that on. And we're right near the animal dealer, so we've got pigs squealing. That's not my pigs. That's their pigs. I don't actually own pigs. I've got dogs and chickens and roosters and horses, and yeah, we've got everything else but pigs. So what I've decided to do is they're messing around a little bit with the edge here, the workers. So what I'll do is I'll just give them one headland around this edge, and it will help out a little anyway. This is not the sort of job you would want to do manually with one planter on a field this large. Like I said earlier, it's probably 3 to 4 hours, this job. We started around about 9:45. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes me with 3. I use this method on Stone Valley. The fields there were quite large. I mean, it wasn't the really large fields like field 29 on Stone Valley. It wasn't that big. But I think the fields sort of that medium size, field 33 sort of area over near the pigs would regularly do potatoes over that side of the fields, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've been on it, on Stone Valley. But that's when I learnt to never do it just by itself. I think that was the first time I ever did three planters. And I typically just let the workers go for it. This will cost me a bit in workers' fees. I mean, the 3 harvesters, I think I only had 2 workers on at a time most of the time, but that still cost me $5,500 in worker fees, I think. Now, one of the hours was, I think the first hour was $2,000 and the second hour was about the same, so we're making good progress here. How about we come back when they're almost finished this run. He's got 3,000 left. Who came out first? This guy's actually using it quicker because he's on the longer run. He's only got 2-3 left. And this guy, this guy's down to 2,000. All right, he's coming back up. Actually, let's jump ahead to his refill. Okay, so this is the farmer's equipment. Looks like a Steyr. I thought it was a Valtra at first. The Steyr. You can see the John Deere in the background there. He's down to his last 400 seed here. 2,750. All right, so he's going to be the first one to go. So let's run down and we'll have to do a cycle of refills here. And we'll do all 3 on the field with this. Looks like he's making the turn, is he? Or is he out? Leave me enough room to refill you, mate. So the trick with refilling these planters is you cannot do it on the fly. I have tried it with the Auger Master, with the pipe coming out the side and running alongside. It doesn't really work. Yeah, I knew you were going to stop there. How did I know that? So from the side, they're a little bit fussy about the exact spot that you refill from. But from the back here, it's not so bad. Look, I had it and then I lost it. There we go. See that? It's like right on the fuel point for this is like right on the back. There we go. Now if I just jump out and restart this guy. It's a little slow. It's not the fastest. We'll just back it up a little because he always misses a touch. There we go. Alright. Who was second? The 40 would be next. Now I should have filled this all the way to the top. There's a lesson. I haven't done this for a while. But I've only put enough in to get 2 of them back up and running. Plus the third for a minute. So what I'll do is I'll drop this one a little short. It just leaves me a little bit for the big boy over here. And then I'll go and refill this, I think. Question is will they need another full refill? So while I'm waiting for that, let's buy a couple of pallets. I probably should have done an edge here. She's doing fine. There we are. Contract on field 10 finished. And we're at 10:30. So less than an hour. I think I started this episode around about 9:30, and I'm sure I went on and on for a good 10 or 15 minutes with a whole heap of rubbish. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Contract is complete. I'll let this guy do his last run up the other end. Hit that like button and subscribe. Let's complete the contract before I go for $144,000. Thanks for watching.